a typical advisor will have clients that know what they know what they see, but there's so much more there. But there's this disconnect for the advisor to remove the mystery and have a client understand and appreciate their value fully and completely. So I'd love your perspective, first of all, on how you do that with your retail clients, because you have a substantial business in and of itself, but also how you work with advisors and how to, you know, enable them to have better positioning so they're fully appreciated. So why don't you run with that?
Yeah, I'd love to talk about that. I mean, I've been a financial advisor now, geez, I'm aging myself, but 30 years. And, it's been very difficult to build a team around me that can, help us compete at a high level for those valued relationships that we're all trying to get. So I think the firm, and you mentioned the Wealth Consulting Group, really what the firm has been this creation of what I've always thought I needed as an independent financial advisor, but really couldn't afford, whether it was monetarily or resource wise, to build it. And so this firm that's been built really has been there to build this team around me, so that instead of me having to foot the bill for building an ensemble cast of CFPs, CFAs, insurance specialists, those types of people, tax people, trust experts, the firm now supports that for us. And that's what it does for a lot of the advisors affiliated with our firm in their own independent practices. And so we have a lot of advisors that have their own brands that we support. And while we may be, responsible for supervision, for compliance, we're really a vendor to them. And that's our platform that we have for independent advisors. And then we have more and more advisors that are wanting to use our brand, which we allow to do. And here in the future, Duncan, we're going to be opening up a new channel for these independent advisors that affiliate with us to potentially be a partner of the firm, and then also provide them a smooth succession plan for their business and helping them maximize their enterprise value, which you've talked about a lot. What do you do as an advisor to increase your enterprise value and get ready for a succession down the road? Well, we think we've built now a system in-house to allow an advisor to do that without having, a lot of disruption within their business when that happens. And so backing up, to how we've been able to do that, it's really been able to put resources around, me as a financial advisor, using the firm that I was also able to build as a CEO and invest into. And I was able to take a lot of the money and earnings from my own personal practice while we were starting the RIA and the platform, and to reinvest the, revenues and profits of the platform back into the business to grow that. And that's really what we have today at the Wealth Consulting Group now, with 43 branches, 120 plus advisors, 8.8 billion of assets under, advisement administration as of the end of May. And backing up to this industry that we're in, I've been in it for so long, and, watching movies like Wall Street when I was just a young man, I think there was a golden era for stock brokerage business and investment business back then, but truly the golden era, I believe, for financial advisors is right now. If you think about it, I mean, some of the things that our industry was famous for and what sounded sexy back in the day was not so great for the clients, right? Where a lot of, the way the system was set up was that the more trades that you were doing, the more commissions you were earning, were not necessarily always in the best interest for the clients, right? So now comes fee-based and SEC and fiduciary. And now we're much more on the same side of the table with our clients, which has been tremendous for our industry, for both advisors and especially for the clients that we serve. But I think about this is the era, the golden era, really. If you see what's been happening lately with the investment of private equity into our space, and, the interest in our business and the valuations of financial advisors' businesses going up because of what's going on, along with, according to a recent McKinsey study, as you know, by 2034, unless things change, they see that here in the United States, we're going to be short 100,000 advisors that are, are needed to service all the wealth that's been created in the United States.